Jimmy.
And of course, your first test 50. Congratulations, first of all. You must be looking now for 3 figures.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, easy batting pitch, so I went out there and do what I've been doing and keep on going.
There is the situation. Then Zimbabwe batting first, choosing 2 on the first day. 308, wonderful century from Murray Goodwin. West Indies got themselves into trouble and have got out of it. 200.
That's a lovely shot. Flicked away for 4. Beautifully played.
I don't think there's a great deal wrong with the line that Neil Johnson bowled there, but Franklin Rose is moving a long way across his off stump, exposing the leg stump as a matter of fact. But once he gets back on ball, it's going to go much too fine for the man at fine leg.
Very fine leg glance, will go all the way for 4. Second leg glance we've seen from Rose today for the boundary. Scores a level now. Another fine shot.
Again, aiming for that leg stump, Neil Johnson. You can see the leg stump being exposed by Franklin Rose. But if you're going to be bowling that line, you've got to make sure your fine leg is a lot finer.
Slick through the field and will go for 4. Uncharacteristic piece of misfielding by the Zimbabweans. Good shot by Rose, but Trevor Gripper really should have saved that one.
Well, yesterday, after the day's play, a lot of people were around discussing the batting of Rose and Adams, and people, I thought, idly were saying, well, will Rose get his 100 before Adams today? Well, that doesn't...
He's gone, caught behind, he walks. Franklin Rose walks away as the partnership and his fine innings has ended. Outside edge, taken by Andy Flower. Flower ends a superb partnership.
He changed his line and got the desired result. Just a very simple catch through to wicketkeeper on the floor. He won't drop those. 318 for 8.
Brilliantly taken, magnificent catch. Walsh goes for another duck, and the West Indies have lost their 9th wicket for 318.
That was a good catch. The ball was going between the second and third split. Seems as if it was Grant Floor in that position. Going to his left, his strong hand. But Courtney Walsh the pass for another duck. It's 318 for 9.
Short, hit in the air. They'll get 2 maybe. And that's it. But that wasn't that far away for the men out there in the covers. It wasn't well played by Jimmy Adams.
He's got it. Barely. Jimmy Adams finally gets 100. It's been a long, epic struggle for the West Indies captain. Bowled him all over the shot, middle stump out of the ground. Strike bowler, Heath Streak, who has been absent throughout the duration of the innings with a back injury.
Players are coming back out onto the field. There's the man in question. He's the man that everybody here is waiting for. The ground isn't absolutely full right now, but I think
that's a beauty. Well, that must have hit one of those indentations that created beautifully. Edge and caught. Oh, dropped it. Oh my goodness me, Sherwin Campbell, you will have the whole of Jamaica. Oh, those are the sort of catches that just have to be taken in the slip. There's really not much excuse for dropping one of those. That's a lovely shot. That's 4 runs. Well, we've come to know Trevor Griffin. Good shot indeed.
Yeah, the attempted bouncer by Courtney Walsh, not effective at all. Had no real pace on it. Flower all the time in the world to get back, play it down. Lovely position.
Big appeal for a catch behind. Umpire Zaidi is not moved, not for the first time in the match. It's Nichols this time, correction.
Definitely a sound there, but looking at it live, I thought he had been bowled. It obviously wasn't bowled. Neither Gripper nor Eddie Nichols moved. But certainly thought there was. No wicket.
Good piece of fielding, but 12 without loss. Brilliant stop by the captain. He really has set a wonderful example, Jimmy Adams.
Stronger hand, but an excellent piece of fielding. No third man in place, of course. That keeps Gripper on naught.
Now that's out. Courtney Walsh finally gets the wicket with an unplayable delivery. There goes the change, 433. 1 to equal, 2 to par.
In reality, it's 2. Excellent delivery again. Look at this ball jog away from the batsman. It squared him up totally, took the outside edge, and Ridley Jacobs did the rest. 12 for 1, Zimbabwe.
Murray Goodwin comes in. No one's noticed that around Sabina Park. And more with 434. No balls. Caught. Is level. Courtney Walsh holds level with Chapel Bell as the highest wicket taker in Test cricket history. And Sabina Park is going wild. So the West Indians on the field. They can sense that history is in the making.
Well, I suspect that quite a few people will be leaving their offices at about this time, heading for Sabina Park, hoping that they can get here before the next wicket goes down. 434, 1 to go. Another excellent delivery from Courtney Walsh. Again hitting the seam. Again a bit of sideways movement. Just a bit of juggling before the catch actually taken, but he's smiling. He knows it's the record equaling wicket.
Jamaican flags flying everywhere. Everyone in anticipation. The boom boxes blaring out with the latest hit song. Who is the greatest bowler in cricket? Courtney. Jamaica wedding for their favorite cricketing son. A quite memorable day. They've already seen their captain Jimmy Adams score 100 of Courtney Walsh creating history. Alistair Campbell is the batsman.
Gets his other wicket shortly. That was a catch that Sherwin Campbell just fumbled slightly. But if he does take this wicket very shortly, I'm sure more than 6,000 people will say to their friends, I was there.
King for this moment. They're the top men, the top three. Walsh and Cap. Edge just short.
Of the leaderboard.
Edge just short. A foot short. In the air and falling short. And going for 4. The excitement
When the shot was played, certainly went a long way in the air, but the top edge went straight over the wicketkeeper's head. Certainly Ambrose that finally didn't have a chance of catching it, and a better chance of stopping the boundary. Didn't quite make it though.
just over the head of cover, down to the boundary for 4. So Rose short and wide with his first delivery, and really the first relief.
Alistair Campbell will be looking to make some runs. Failed in the first test, having made hundreds. Look at that, 116 not out, 158 not out, Board 11 and President's 11 respectively. Beautiful throw, but I'm afraid it's going to be an extra run. That really is one of the laws of cricket, which I must say I can't understand, but it's the law.
Hines, the fielder, almost one to hit. Tell you what, if it hadn't hit, there were problems, because there was no one behind Ambrose, and he would have had some it would have been some dust and stuff flying around. We're trying to stop that throw in.
Bowled in, that's gone, and Sabina Park on their feet again. That's the length we've been talking about. He pitched it up, Goodwin couldn't come forward in time. Stumps for Eagles.
It's a brilliant bit of bowling, and I'm so glad he did it then, because he's tried to come forward at the last minute. That front foot hasn't even got past the pop increase, I think you'll find. Rian King takes the third Zimbabwe wicket, that of Murray Goodwin, and now all sorts of problems for the visitors at 37 for 3. Andy Flower, the Zimbabwe captain, like his opposition captain, a left-hander. This is wise here. Goodwin just late on it. Ball came back a little bit. It has to be fair to the batsman, but he's got nowhere. Beautiful bowling from Rian King. Up in the air. Has he caught it? No, he hasn't. And says so straight away. Wavell Hines, the fielder.
Was by Wavell Hines. Campbell looking to force this ball on the leg side. Wasn't quite short enough for this shot. Hines dives forward and just, but only just, touches the ground. And immediately Hines indicating that it hadn't carried, but just a look how close it was. Great effort. And that's him. He says, no, didn't catch it. What a sportsman. Immediately that ball reared up off the length and smashed against his gloves. The bat went down, he ran away. So that short and just took off. And he's not a happy chappy, Alistair Campbell.
Ouch. Very similar to the Ranatunga reaction when he got hit. Cut away, and if you flash hard, and it'll take some catching.
Rion King bowls with some sort of pace, and that got to the boundary ropes in a flash.
Bowled it! Stumps flying everywhere! And King gets his second wicket.
The lull before the storm. Sabina Park are on their feet again. The music's blaring. There's no doubt. Keeps the fraction low, comes into the left-hander, middle stump, cartwheels out the ground. King strikes. The Zimbabwe captain, he's gone for 10, and Zimbabwe 48 for 4.
Neil Johnson, normally an opener, coming in at number 6 after the demise of his captain. Rion King changes the angle, goes round the wicket, and within 2 deliveries
would have had a chance at either end. Has a very accurate throw, Abel Hines. Very disappointed.
So go down to the third man boundary for 4. He just pulled a hand off it as he played. It rose, it kicked just a little bit.
Just straightening again there from Rion King. Ball hit pretty high up on the bat as well, but still not really carrying in the air. Even if there was a fielder in that direction, I don't think it would have been a catch. Would have probably fallen short of him. But that's the pretty good line.
This one he does get away, and that will be 4 runs. There is no third man. He played it fairly square too, and it was just a little short. And it's magnificently driven. That was a very good shot, and that was a typical Neil Johnson shot, presenting the full face of the bat to it and finding the gap.
January, those were the sort of shots that Neil Johnson was playing in South Africa and Zimbabwe in the recent triangular tournament and the few games against England. Very strong player through the offside. Absolutely nothing wrong with that shot. Right foot coming right out to the pitch and also the line and the full flow of the bat.
And Curtly Ambrose is at last rewarded for a wicket in this test match. No doubt it was going to hit the stumps. Just kept a little bit lower than he might have expected it. Only question was, did it...
I mean, last year when I got the 400 wickets in Trinidad, you know, it was a very special wicket in the Caribbean. But, you know, I've always said to myself that it would be nice if we was to achieve a record here in front of your home crowd. And, you know, to be that close to it, I would love for it to happen here. And hopefully that we could all have something to celebrate here in Jamaica.
But he's only one away from it. And he has every opportunity.
Is that caught? Johnson's going to hang around. He's asking square leg.
It's gone. I think it's gone. It's at least 3 or 4 inches above the ground. That's my opinion. I know it's difficult to tell from that picture, but watching the trajectory of the ball, it's a tough call for the third umpire. But my gut feel, I just think there's no doubt in my mind that's out. Whether the third umpire is going to go along with me and give it on what he's seen, the evidence he's seen, I don't know.
He's given him in, which again, you cannot criticise. He's had a real job with the replays. He saw what you saw at home. And if you could say that was definitely the language of the players, what has gone on before in this innings already. And I think Neil Johnson is a very lucky young man. Now that might be quite close. Now what are they asking for? Now, has he been given out? LBW, caught, or what? I don't know that he hit it, but I tell you what, I thought it was quite straight.
Yeah, I'll go along with that. I thought it was very straight indeed. If it's given out LBW, I have no doubts about that. It is straight in the line, hit him on the toe. That ball's going to go straight on. Although you can't tell how much it's going to turn from that, I must say. He is in front, fair way down. And the West Indies continue to appeal. And then, eventually, up comes the finger. So Stuart Carlisle has been a judge. LBW Gale for 7. Zimbabwe really struggling, 90 for 6.
We're still a trifle confused as to just how this was given out. If it's given out LBW, I've got no problems, but watch Campbell at slip. End of the over. Whoa. 90 for 6. Oh, it's bowled in. There's a bail dislodged. It is, in my opinion, the second
Crowd once more. Franklin Rose, the man who's the undoing of Johnson. He goes up to play it hard, keeps a bit low, off the inside edge, and he's out bowled Rose 20, 29. Zimbabwe now, nearly at the end of it, 96 for 7.
Brian Strang. Hyperactive lad when he's got pads on. Bowled magnificently in this game. This was the end of Johnson, kept a little bit low, toe at the back, down onto the ground, and just dislodges the leg bail. Look at that, fallen absolutely straight down next to the stump.
In the air, Ambrose is waiting for it, settles under it, and takes it. So Zimbabwe lose their 8th wicket for 100. They only have another batsman to come. Henry Alonga.
Couldn't charge him on this occasion, Brian Strang. He just stayed at his crease, and that's why the ball went that high and didn't have any distance on it. Curtly Ambrose won't drop those. He was very confident. He started to smile before he grasped it. It's up.
Henry Alonga comes out perhaps for his date with destiny. Take on, that's it. Courtney Andrew Walsh is now Test cricket leading wicket taker. The West Indians surround him on the field. One of the most respected and admired cricketers on the international scene is now proclaimed, I am sure, not only here at Sabina Park, but all over the world where we're getting these pictures. And there's Curly Ambrose. Wonderful scenes here, emotional scenes at Sabina Park. He kisses the pitch, is hugged by his old partner and friend, Curly Ambrose, and Courtney Walsh passes Kapildev as Test cricket's highest wicket taker, to the delight of all Jamaicans, West Indians, and all cricket fans, because there is no more admired cricketer in the game today than Courtney Walsh. Here is the record wicket taken by Wavell Hines. Courtney Walsh gets his 435th Test wicket and surpasses the great Indian all-rounder Kapildev's 434, which had stood as the standard. The Zimbabweans, who will be deflated by what has happened over the past day or so, when they had the match in their grip, now come out with very little chance of salvaging anything from this series. Only there's Brian Strang with the first ball of the innings. 72 the West Indies lead.
And that's magnificently played, short from Strang, He hasn't strayed much at all during this test match. He's maintained an immaculate length and line. Just buzz around this ground after the wonderful moments we've had. And Michael Holding is with the great man, Courtney Walsh.
And of course, he's sitting after 435 wickets. Courtney, you've got to be tired.
Yeah, definitely. The legs need a break right now. I think mentally it's drained because it's been a great effort to try to get there and have to sit down to have a chat with United.
Did you at any time during this innings wonder if the last week it was going to be coming? You got through quite early.
Well, I felt like they were going to do this, and then when I got the first off, I was just going to beat, I'm going to get this in this spell, but it didn't happen. And I figured I was feeling with a good chance, but then when the wicket started tumbling and it was getting a bit dicey, I figured, well, if I don't get a ball, I might not get them. So when skipper asked me how I was feeling, I said, I'm ready to bowl. I think the effort from the guys out there and everybody, they wanted to make sure I try and get it today. And I just want to thank them for that. And because we really truly a great effort from everybody.
It appears as if they are coming off a bad light at the moment, Courtney. Well, you're being called, summoned into the dressing room. It seems like they want to have a team meeting. But just one quick question before you go, just to come back again. If the captain hadn't asked you if you were ready, would you have gone to him?
Well, I think I was heading in that direction as well. Once I saw the wicket start coming, I was walking towards the Mount Rose because I needed to get a ball, and I was just going to let him make sure that, keep thinking about me, and if he's ready, I was ready. But I mean, obviously the team comes first, and it was in a situation where you figure someone who was going to get the wicket, but he showed the faith and confidence in me, and I was just happy to get the wicket.
Okay, Courtney, I'm sure you'll be glad to come back out a little bit later and have another word with us, but congratulations for the time being.
No problem. Thank you very much, and I'll have a long chat with you then.
And now the players have left the field because of bad light, and it means that 4 runs have been scored by Adrian Griffith, 3 by Sherwin Campbell, 8 for no wicket, needing 72 to win, so 64 more runs still required tomorrow. They've got all day in which to do it, the West Indies, to win the second test and the series by 2-0. Summarising the test match, Zimbabwe recovering through Murray Goodwin and their captain Andy Flower, made 66 to 308 in the first innings, and then when they had the West Indies in trouble at 171 for 7, they couldn't drive it home. A magnificent 100 from the captain Jimmy Adams, 101 not out. Wonderful support from Franklin Rose with his top score in Test cricket of 69, the partnership of 140 in hand.
The most wickets in the world, Mr. Courtney Walsh.
Honourable Minister of Sports, Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Pat Russell, President of the Board, distinguished President and Vice President of both boards, Jamaica, West Indies and Zimbabwe, and my mom. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me the strength to persevere with my career for so long. And also at this point in time, I want to say a special thank you to my teammates who have given me all the support over the years. But most importantly, you, the spectators, who have come out and support over a number of years, to give me the encouragement and the fight to go on to try to achieve for greater things. I want to thank you very much for the support, not just for the last couple of days, throughout my career, but especially since Friday until today. I tell you what, you've made me feel so special, and I just figured that today had to be the day for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Courtney. Well, I've got a surprise here for Courtney that he is not aware of. I'm sure you all know who had, and I emphasize had, the world record for the most test wickets, Kapil Dev. He has sent along this bottle of champagne and asked me to present it to Courtney on his behalf. Courtney, congratulations from Kapil. And not just that, as a matter of fact, Kapil Dev is currently in Dubai at the Sharjah tournament, and he's online right now. We should be hearing from him.
Yep. Hello. Hello.
That's it. Hello, Kapil. This is Courtney beside me here. Courtney will be saying hello to you.
Hello, Kapil.
Hello, hello, everybody. Hello to everybody in Jamaica.
celebrating on your couple.
Well done, keep it up and get drunk and regards to everybody, to your colleagues and to your mom, and I hope you enjoy yourself rest of your life and set a target for other people which follow and it makes them that much harder.
Thank you very much, Kaplan. I'm going to have a drink of the champagne tonight if I'm allowed.
Yes, of course you are. Today is your day and you are allowed, and have a drink on my name also.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thanks very much, Cap.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that has brought us to the end of this presentation ceremony, and what a way to end it. From one great fast bowler to another, handing over the mantle to the great Courtney Walsh. Thank you very much. When you got that second wicket today, one to break the record, you bowled an 8-over spell, and at the end of that 8-over spell, you seemed to be a little bit more tired than normal. Why was that?
Well, as I say, I was thinking so much about it and focusing so much into it. I think I put everything into the spell I had before, and even though I still felt I could have bowled a little bit more, but I think mentally, it was more mentally than physical. Like I said, after the rain and slapping, and I just wanted to go out there and get it done with them. I think I put up the extra effort because I got those 2 wickets. I was trying just to get the other wickets in that spell out there, but it didn't happen. And these things happen sometimes, but I'm just happy that just finally happened.
Finally happened. Has it really sunk into you yet, Courtney, that you are now the world record holder?
I don't think it has sunk in quite fully yet. I've got a few friends here who came all the way from England, some guys from Bristol, some guys from London, and from all over that came to celebrate it with me, and I'm sure that we're going to have to try and link up to have a drink with them because I haven't seen them from the start of this test match because I was so engrossed and keyed up in getting it done. But I mean, it's nice for the fans who have supported us so long over the years to turn up and to come on here to support us for me. And I'm going to have to have a little drink with them at some point in time. So no, it hasn't sunk in properly yet, but I'm sure that by the end of this evening and probably sometime tomorrow when you pinch me, I realize that yes, it's me.
Capital Dev said it's your day. You should be able to go out and have a drink. Your manager is just over your left shoulder. I'm sure he'll give you a little bit of time to go out and enjoy yourself tonight.
Well, I would mind if he just give me a little bit of leave because I won't overdo it, but I'm going to ask him his permission if I'm allowed to have a drink. And as Capital said, it's my time. And if he allows me, I'm going to really have a drink and probably just meet up with these people and have a drink with them. Probably at the hotel where I don't have too far to go. But I think it would be nice for all those people who came just to witness this, if we could all meet up and have a drink somewhere, if not tonight, tomorrow night. So I'm hoping that can happen, and I'm going to ask the manager's permission.
And to crown it off, Courtney, it seems as if the team is going to win this test match. That must be just the icing on the cake.
That is definitely the icing on the cake. As I said in the previous interview, that if I get wickets and we lose, I'm disappointed. If I get wickets and win, I'm very happy. But to break a record, and if we can win this test match, it will be just the icing on the cake. So I'm hoping that tomorrow we can come focused, the crowd can come and support us, and we can get this test match out of the way and beat Zimbabwe 2-0.
Okay, Courtney, thank you very much. We'll leave you to enjoy the rest of the evening and the night and perhaps even early morning.
Well, I don't know so much about the early morning, but I'm going to enjoy the evening for a couple of hours in the evening. I'm going to really sit back and see what the guys want to do. If they're going to have a drink with me first, if they do, then I'm going to be by the bar with them for a drink. If they're going to wait until tomorrow, then I just have a drink by myself since the manager give me permission, and then tomorrow evening we're going to have a big drink.
Okay, Courtney, thank you very much, and great. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Mikey. I really feel proud. Thank you very much.
Well, if everybody that was here today tries to share that bottle of champagne, there's not going to be much for Courtney Walsh. And by the sounds of things, he's going to have a big booze bill by the end of tomorrow night. It's been fabulous. It's been sensational. And as we've said, it's been a privilege for everyone who has been here at Sabina Park to be here. The 27th of March 2000 is a day to be remembered. Another guy I'd like to just